In the Off the Beach series of Sailport Stevens Regatta, we had 6 women sailing in the RS Aero class out of a fleet of 21 boats. These boats are suited to all sizes, ages, genders, and we decided we'd take an opportunity to talk to just 3 of the Balmoral Sailing Club sailors and see why they chose an Aero and why they think they particularly suit women. Johanna, you're sailing an RS Aero with a 5 rig. Why did you choose the RS Aero?
I found it, I learnt to sail a dinghy on an Aero as an adult, and I found it the lightest, easiest and most responsive boat. And as they've got a 5 rig, they've got a lot of range for each weight, so it's perfect.
Very gutsy call going straight into an Aero. They tip you out pretty quickly.
It's very tippy. It's very tippy, but very responsive, and it's easy to ride. So you get a lot of practice in the water, but I think it makes you a better sailor because you're able to you learn to read the gust pretty quickly.
And the women of Balmoral Sailing Club have got a really nice thing going. Laurie's running coaching and there's various other things going on. It's a good organisation, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic, and that's the other thing I found about the Aeros is there's a really good women's. There's a lot of the girls have come from crews from other boats, so it's an opportunity to pick up the helm and really sail yourself and be your own boss.
And you're saying RS Aero, I think a 6, is that right?
That's right, yep.
And what got you into RS Aeros? Why did you choose an Aero?
So I only learnt to helm in my 50s, so it was the company that got me into it, the really supportive women's group at Balmoral.
And you'd been sailing on big boats as well, of course.
Yeah, lots of crewing for, I'd say, about a dozen years,
Right.
Yeah, so super keen to get closer to the water and learn how to helm.
And tell us what you're most enjoying about sailing it.
The challenge of learning, there's so much to learn.
Laurie, you're in the RS Aero. Tell us why you chose the Aero.
Well, I've been a crew of a taser all my life, and I did some sunfish sailing back in the U.S., but my husband couldn't sail anymore, so the only way I figured I could keep sailing was to get into a single-handed boat. And the RS Aero is great for females because it's easy to right. I can put it on the second floor of our racking without any help. And we go to regattas and there's no coach boats, so it's a little more relaxed and friendly, which I quite enjoy. I noticed that I had a lot of females who came back to sailing after a big hiatus, so they knew how to sail, but they just needed a couple of things jogged in their memory. So I've had some female-only coaching, and I've tried to come up with a variety of coaches, because the other thing I find is, we need things told to us more than once, and sometimes you need that different perspective. Yep. And we just go out and go for a coffee at Manly. We race and we're competitive, but we also kind of do some fun stuff as well. One of the best regattas is when the 5s and the 9s started together, which was a funny thing because it made us start with some pretty aggressive sailors, but they put a top and reaching marks that were shorter, so we would separate and we would join.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That second mark, suddenly we're all together again.
Yeah, it's great.